Hey, Riddle here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've subscribed. We're now over 7,000 subscribers, and I'm very humbled by that. So I spent some quality time with an old friend this weekend, and it's pretty amazing. We're going to be working together soon. He is a very famous painter, and I'm a sculptor, and we are working on a collaboration for an exhibition in Los Angeles, California next year on May 17th. And we hadn't hung out in probably 7 or 8 years or longer. And catching up was really fascinating because I had learned, he had been through some really heavy stuff. He had survived some cancer, mouth cancer, and like many Americans who are not tied to the corporate or the small advantageous economic structure that we have here in the United States right now, meaning like the tech industry or the medical industry. Being an artist, he was uninsured, so he and his partner took a huge hit. But he's very positive, and they're paying their debts and coming back slowly. But what I did notice, one thing about him, even though he is a really positive person, much more positive than I am, is when he speaks to himself, he uses a lot of ifs instead of whens. So what this video is about is self-speak. And you might catch yourself often saying, if I do this, or if this happens, or if. If means, you know what if means? If means that you don't believe in yourself. If means you don't really want it bad enough. If means never, or possibly never. So if you're using if, replace that. Try to become conscious to replace that with when. When I own my own home. When I travel to Japan. When I lose 20 pounds. Because when, simple word, what we say out loud, what we speak out loud, it's a prayer, it's a spell, it's power. What we say, it starts with words and then it manifests into being. So I want you to be conscious today while you're talking, when you're sharing today and within the next week. And I want you to hear yourself. And if you say if, especially when you're speaking about those things that you desire most in life, stop yourself right there, right in midair, and say, I mean when. I mean when. And after you say, I mean when, I want you to feel it. I don't want you to say it out loud doubtfully and then have that weird feeling in your heart, that resistance. I want you to say when, and then I want you to feel happiness. I want you to feel gratitude. I want you to try to flood yourself with those emotions, whatever makes you feel joy. And then watch what happens. Give it some time and see what changes in your life. And the only reason I'm sharing this with you is that I've had nothing less than a magical life. So much so that I really take it for granted. I really take it for granted because to me, that's just normal. To me, it's just normal to travel the world without having to pay for anything. To me, it's just normal to not have to worry about money or a beautiful place to live or health. And it's only because many of my ifs are whens. Okay, take care of yourselves and please take care of each other, because I believe how we treat each other on the streets, that's our ultimate reality. So be kind to people out there today, no matter how you're struggling. Don't take your toxicity out in the world, because psychic trash is really just another form of garbage. And just like You don't want people to throw trash on the ground. Well, hopefully you don't. You don't want to put your psychic trash out there in the world, because that's a vibration, and when you become that, you will attract more of that. And all we want to attract is goodness, health, wealth, and happiness.